What is essential is invisible to the eye. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, The Little Prince. 2. Using rainbows. Silica, quartz or glass, crystals split white light into 7 primary rainbow colors. Table 1 shows the colors red, orange, and yellow are male, electric in nature, stimulating the left brain, analytical and conscious hemisphere, while the colors blue, indigo, and violet are female, magnetic in nature, stimulating the right brain, intuitive and unconscious hemisphere. The color green is both male and female, electromagnetic in nature, balancing both sides of the brain, making it a unique and important color. If this phenomenon/issue of color and brain hemispheres seems confusing or strange, it may help to realize that the human brain must process and translate the impulse bits from some 125 million rods and cones in each eye into a visual pattern which is perceived slightly differently by each person, and that it takes almost 1/3 of our brain to accomplish this task. Is it any real wonder, then, that we are so powerfully influenced by color that it excites, relaxes, balances, or modifies our behavior? Or that colors and quartz power healing crystals can affect the physical, mental, psychic, and spiritual realms and bodies of our being? Scientific tests show we are the only Earth species gifted with complete color vision of the full rainbow spectrum. Why are we so blessed? Is there some esoteric secret hidden inside color that we are meant to decode and discover? Let's explore further. Rainbows. This author, in all his 25 years of research and study into the so-called mysteries of life, has yet to meet a single soul whose spirit was/is not uplifted by the sight of a rainbow. It is perhaps the only naturally occurring visual phenomenon without the polarity of potentially negative effect. Comets and meteors stir up electromagnetic havoc, and even eclipses intensify sunspot activity that some find disturbing, and we may be royally treated to its appearance as a multiple bow, double, triple, etc., dew bow, fog bow, or circular glory. Such spectacular displays have made the rainbow a rich subject for legend. In the Bible, it represents the pledge of peace following the wrath of the flood, a covenant between God and every living creature. The Greeks called the rainbow the pathway of Iris, goddess of the rainbow. North African tribes, the bride of the rain. Siberians and Tartars the tongue of the sun, and the thunder drinks water. Native Americans, the rain's hat, Blackfoot, ice serpent, Shoshone, and spirit road. Tlingit and Catawba, and the Norse, the bridge of the gods. The theme of the rainbow as a bridge between heaven and earth is widespread. In France, it is referred to as Pont du Saints, a spirit. Bridge of Spirit Saints. In Japan, the floating bridge of heaven. In Polynesia, the path to upper world. And by a number of North American tribes, the pathway of souls. This rainbow bridge concept obviously derives from the rainbow's most often observed arc-shaped form. Not its only form, as we shall see, but its true function as a bridge of consciousness has yet to be fully appreciated by the masses. Nor is the rainbow a simple matter for physicists to explain. The rainbow is a bridge between the two cultures. Poets and scientists alike have long been challenged to describe it. The scientific description is often supposed to be a simple problem in geometrical optics, a problem that was solved long ago, and that holds interest today only as a historical exercise. This is not so. A satisfactory quantitative theory of the rainbow has been developed only in the past few years. Moreover, that theory involves much more than geometrical optics. It draws on all we know of the nature of light. Allowance must be made for wave-like properties such as interference, diffraction, and polarization, and for particle-like properties such as the momentum carried by a beam of light. Damn, this is rad. In simple terms, we see a rainbow as an arc when the sun is behind us and the sky in front of us is filled with moisture. Each color band refracts at a certain angle, and the raindrops in each band lie in an arc. In the red outermost band, for example, all the points of the arc measure about 42 degrees from the line formed by the sun's rays. The other colored bands, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, from outer to inner, occur at fixed angles, progressively lowering to negative 40 degrees from the sun's rays. This is the primary bow configuration. The secondary bow occurring at an angular radius of about 50 degrees, red inner, to 53 degrees, violet outer, and any supernumerary pink and green arcs within the primary violet arc are less than 40 degrees. The secondary bow is caused by light, which is reflected not once as the primary bow, but twice inside the raindrops, and the supernumerary arcs, not a true part of the primary bow, are more a result of the wave nature of light rather than its particle nature, as is the rainbow itself. Theoretically, higher order, triple and beyond rainbows do exist, with odd-numbered bow configured like the primary, with even-numbered bows configured like the secondary, and each successive bow appearing both fainter and wider, but sightings beyond double bows are rare. But is the rainbow as an arc form its natural and complete form? As a child, I remember asking an uncle upon our viewing a standard rainbow, "Where's the rest of it?" He gave me some answer that left me wanting more, for I knew somehow that the rainbow continued in a complete circle inside the earth. Others told me that rainbows didn't come in full circles, that they lied. Or they didn't know. Years later, while flying over the Grand Canyon in a small plane, I had one of the greatest thrills of my life, seeing a complete circular rainbow from above, a sight the pilot had seen many times in many places, and he verified that the full circle is indeed the natural form of the rainbow. Didn't know that. Years later, still, I related this incident to a great shaman, a descendant, or perhaps he was an ascendant, of the chief Joseph of the Nitsch Parsi tribe. He listened intently, then, looking directly into my heart through my eyes with an amazingly penetrating gaze, he whispered powerfully, "This is a great blessing, my son, for you have witnessed the special sign of the Great Spirit at work." He then shared with me that my childhood feelings about the rainbow circling inside the earth were absolutely correct, for that is the natural form of the rainbow, and that is how the Great Spirit unites, cleanses, and energizes both spirit and matter, as above, so below. That in its circular form, the rainbow is the primary matter energy circuit between physical and etheric planes and dimensions, hence the pathway of souls from this world into the next and beyond, and the circular rainbow is fully elemental, consisting of the fire of light and color, and the water or moisture of the air above and the earth below. That it is the primal medicine wheel, a healing circuit which joins and rebalances the male sky father and female earth mother. Electromagnetic polarities, recall table 1, for the living globe, its environment, and all its inhabitants. That to walk the circular rainbow path, the Indian way of wisdom is to walk in harmonic balance like the colors of the rainbow, blending and sharing love, peace, and thanksgiving with all other rainbow beings, and that all this is the profound truth of the circular rainbow. Then the shaman took my hands and we sang a prayer blessing together, after which he smiled at me and said, "This is circular rainbow medicine from a plane above the airplane." We laughed, and the truth in my heart soared like an eagle. The Rainbow Prophecies. The United States Geological Survey has for some years now been studying what they call strange and anomalous rainbows of unusual and unexplained shape and or origin. USGS examination has included straight linear rainbows, pyramid-shaped rainbows, one once witnessed by this author, inverted rainbows, rainbows inside of clouds, and even circular rainbows around the moon, sometimes called moonbows. Many of these rainbow phenomena are still complete, or at least partial mysteries to many researchers, diligently seeking their causes by purely scientific and analytical things. Many of these rainbow phenomena are still complete or at least partial mysteries to many researchers, diligently seeking their causes by purely scientific and analytical left brain methods, whereas these same phenomena are very well understood by so-called primitives utilizing purely intuitive and psychic right brain skills. A primary example of the latter with regard to just such a set of phenomena given above are the Native American, sometimes referred to as Amerindian, rainbow prophecies, chiefly those of the Plains, Pueblo, and Mesa tribes. Greatly simplified and concentrating on interpretations of the Hopi and Tewa people of north-central Arizona, the rainbow prophecies go something like this. When the frequency of strangely shaped rainbows in the clouds, and particularly circular rainbows around the moon increase as they have been in recent times, then we are in the transition period between the fourth physical Piscean age and fifth physical spiritual Aquarian age worlds. Given the USGS studies and indications of increasingly frequent, strange, and anomalous rainbows on the left brain side, and previously discussed shamanic explanation of the circular rainbow on the right brain side, it would seem that we are in that transition period now. The Aquarian crystal rainbow. Frontier medical research is now being done on certain organic crystal-forming chemicals found in the human body under a process of rotational quartz polarization. These chemical crystals actually produce rainbows alternating between color opposites, i.e. red, green, orange, blue, yellow, violet, etc., denoting the existence of a bipolar color energy circuitry, not unlike alternating electric AC current. The significance of such circuitry, particularly when viewed in light of the effects of the colors of the rainbow upon the bicameral brain hemispheres, recall figure 1, lies in its great potential for balancing both sides of the brain at once, simply, inexpensively, painlessly, and enjoyably. When combined with the amplified focusing properties of laser-like applications, the practical scientific properties... When combined with the amplified focusing properties of laser-like applications, the practical scientific medicine possibilities of such brain balancing crystal, chromopolar, or crystal rainbow therapy is in every true sense of the phrase mind-boggling. One can easily envision a day not far in the future when a patient suffering from some kind of emotional, physical, mental, and or spiritual imbalance voluntarily reports to his/her local CRT center for a low cost, open to the public, balancing, and comes away with his/her Aquarian medicine wheel, spinning in a newly revitalized and healthy fashion. Science fiction? Pure imagination? Think again. The above scenario is exactly what happens now. When a subject is healed by a white crystal medicine shaman using quartz crystals and color in the process described in a previous section, all that remains is for our thinking and our willingness to move off the reservation and become totally unconfined and lovingly limitless, thereby allowing for simple, immediate, daily, and especially drugless forms of treatment and balance. Yesterday's magic is tomorrow's science. Finally, let us realize that trillions of tiny quartz, silica, and other chemical crystals populate the plasma of our life-carrying and immune-giving bloodstream and also reside in the receiving ends of the brain's multi-million synaptic gaps that are continuously and magnificently bridged by the divine spark of innumerable electrochemical impulses called thought. Now, do we understand how and why crystal rainbow healing works? It works from within our own bodies and minds and hearts and spirits, using fully all the power and equipment we came into this life cycle owning as gifts, including but not limited to quartz rainbow mind body healing crystals that reflect our own open heart space connection to the healing power of the great spirit God. The principle is ancient mind slash body slash heart slash spirit are one. Treat the patient, not the illness. The ritual will return him slash her into harmony with himself slash herself and the world. A beautiful Métis heart song which describes the real essence of our journey into and through and from this world intones. We all fly like eagles, flying so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. And if we are indeed to all fly like eagles, soar with our hearts and minds and bodies and spirits in the higher heavens, then let us, like the eagle, all have the clarity of pure vision to apply our higher truths and wisdoms responsibly toward the betterment of our earth, mother, and toward all who inhabit any plane and dimension of her. That be the balanced freedom we seek, for then surely shall we all be blessed in all coming worlds by the infinitely loving, infinitely personal, and infinitely eternal Great Spirit, Shashweba. Jay Steinberg. Jay Steinberg devotes his life to improving communication. He is an educator, facilitator, counselor, liaison, consultant, media specialist, scientist, researcher, reporter, entertainer, creative artist, and speaker lecturer, all for one purpose, to motivate self-improvement of human and other conditions. A storyteller, puppeteer, magician, and musician since childhood, Jay began his professional career as an industrial research engineer affiliated with the Apollo space program, but then turned avocational interests as a singer, actor, director in New York into an award-winning professional career in Los Angeles as a writer, producer, director, composer for stage and screen with both Oscar and Emmy nominations. Later, as president of MediaWorks, a multimedia production, marketing, and advertising public relations firm, Jay coordinated, produced, and directed radio and television commercials, news ads, graphic art, and print projects and celebrity interview articles for national magazines. He also taught writing, drama, speech, improvisation, songwriting, and medicine wheel to numerous adult schools and community colleges throughout Arizona, California, and New York. Musically, he is a published composer of pop songs, film themes, the Sedona Suite, a 3-movement semi-classical work, Egyptian Sunrise, and is producer-musician of the Medicine Wheel and Ancient Memories, auto cassette tapes, outgrowths of his studies under the guidance of Métis medicine men, Sun Bear and Swift Deer, whose visions for world transformation and self-reliance he shares and practices.